Hey everybody, you know, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here. I'm in my mama's kitchen and today you and I are gonna make together a beautiful Christmas trifle, and we're gonna make it right out of my mom's cookbook. Paula Deen Cuts the Fat. It's a beautiful trifle and it's great because it's really reduced in sugar, which is just a great thing. My mom, you know, it's no secret, my mom is a type 2 diabetic, and for all of you out there who might be diabetic or just trying to look for ways to cut the fat, it's a great recipe for you, really low in sugar. Okay, it starts with baking a cake. So in the name of time, we've already done that. And I want to show you that it is possible to find sugar-free cake mixes. You can see the brand right on the top here. No reason to hide it, but sugar-free. You can find them in your local grocery store or at, you know, one of your...
I found that at Walmart.
At Walmart, you can find it. So we've got our yellow cake mixed, and I've already cut it into cubes for the trifle, because you can imagine what a trifle is it's gonna end up in this big, beautiful crystal dish, and it's gonna be a layered cake, and well, let's just get started and I'll show you what it's gonna be. So the cake is made. Now, the second step in the process is going to be, we're gonna go to our stove top here, and we are going to a saucepan here, add 2 cups of raspberry preserves. Now, if you're a canner, you may already have some raspberry preserves at your house that you made fresh, or if you don't, you can get them in a jar. We'll add to that 2 tablespoons of water.
And that is actually sugar-free jelly.
I should mention as we go, because it's very important. It's sugar-free raspberry preserves.
We do actually, Bobby, get a lot of requests from folks out there that ask about reduced calorie, reduced sugar, diabetic-friendly recipe. So this is perfect.
Hey, look, I've said this before, but you know, the people, those of you out there who are diabetic, I know it's kind of a bummer. It feels like a bummer, you know, to have to eat the way you do. I know that that's the way that some people feel about it, but honestly, that's the way that we all should be eating. I gotta tell you, sugar is just sugar's tough, man. It's not good for you, and you shouldn't eat and drink a lot of it. You should use moderation when it comes to that, but if you can make things sugar-free and they're still delicious, you know, you should. So that's what we're doing. And I think that we're gonna be no worse the wear at the end of this recipe. I'll bet that you'll never even notice that it's sugar-free. How about that? Because we are gonna make with this a heavy cream. So there's 2 cups of heavy cream that go along with this. So the decadence is there. You know, that's you're gonna get that delicious, decadent, satisfying thing in your heavy cream, but the sugar will be way reduced, and that's a good thing. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit, maybe to like a medium. Gonna get a little bit of simmer going, and to our preserves, we are going to add some fresh raspberries. Oh man, raspberries are really one of my favorites. My kids love them, and they just sit around and eat raspberries like they're not anymore growing. So in go our raspberries to our preserves, excuse me, into our saucepan, and that already looks and smells delicious, and we've only just begun. And we've got a ways to go. So why don't we take a break right here and let this cook for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll see you then, about 2 minutes. All right, beautiful. That's great looking whipped cream. Okay.
We went ahead and did the whipped cream because it makes so much noise that you can't hear Bobby over the mixers.
Nobody likes to watch people mix whipped cream on camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick the, I'm gonna put the bowl back in the fridge here. And that'll be ready when we come to it, okay? Here is our raspberry and preserve mixture on the stovetop. It's beautiful. Looks and smells delicious. It's kind of like a raspberry potpourri.
Yum.
Just got it on really low there. Go ahead and turn it off.
Do we need to let it cool a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it cool a little bit, and then we are going to grab our trifle dish. So my mother's Christmas trifle. We've got all the components together. So our cake is baked, and I've already got it cut into little cubes. We've got our raspberry puree and fresh raspberry mix already kind of sauteed off, and we're cooling it. This is a great method to cool anything. So we got a bowl right inside of a bowl. So that's just ice water in there. Teresa and I, in the name of time, said let's cool this stuff down real quick. This is also a great way to well, it's a great way to cool down anything. So let's go ahead and begin to put together our trifle. I've got a beautiful, beautiful crystal dish here. This is Mom's. Gosh, this is gorgeous. And I hope I do it justice, because this is where you really need a baker's touch, you know, or a...
I have faith in you.
I have faith in myself too. So we're gonna put together about 1/3 of the trifle down in the bottom. And it's just gonna be layers of trifle, of cake, and then the raspberry mix, and then a little whipped cream, and we'll continue on until we get to the top, and we'll end with whipped cream. That'll be the last thing, and a little garnish on top. And I'll hold the garnish as a surprise. I'll let you know what that is, but you probably already know. So 1/3 of the cake, and again, this is a sugar-free cake mix, which is, it's wonderful to know that that is out there, right?
Yum.
Okay, so.
And it looks exactly like cake.
And it looks exactly like cake. And I'm sure that it tastes great. Should I give it a little bit of a, let me tell you what sugar-free
Let's see your face when you.
Cake tastes like.
Can you even tell a difference? I couldn't.
It's very good, and it's very light. I like it. I like it. I would probably prefer it. Okay, and the sweetness is there. It just comes a little late, and it's very light. Okay, so our raspberry preserve mixture. I'm gonna try to get this even. Now, I don't know if my mom would be happy with the job that I'm doing so far or not. It's a little rustic and uneven here, everything is, but I'm a man.
You're more of a perfectionist than she is.
Well, that's true.
I was gonna say she would just be dumping.
You think so? Well, I just don't want to run out of my
I would be doing it exactly how you're doing it.
Raspberry mix here. I just want to have some place to kind of platform my
whipped cream.
My cream, that's pretty already. Just the dish is doing a lot of the work just by being so dadgum pretty. Look at how pretty. I would say that's a she. Look how pretty she is. And we'll go with a rubber spatch here. And some of our whipped cream. I love it. And do some spreading from side to side.
Now your trifle bowls, Bobby, just so you know, some are deeper than others. So in some you get 3 layers, sometimes you may only get 2 layers. Yeah, that's fine too.
Yep, that's a good point. Yep, very good point, Teresa. Okay, I hope I'm not making a sloppy mess here. I think it looks pretty okay. Try to always think about, what would my mama do? That's part of the pressure of having Paula Deen as a mother. Whenever you're making anything, it's like, well, what would my mama do? I know that she would critique. I know that she would have something to say about this. Son, that doesn't look good. You messing it up. That's too much. That's not enough.
She would not say that.
She would say exactly
That's
that.
you being hard on yourself.
She would say it exactly in that tone too. So some more cake.
I think the beauties of trifles are they're just a layered look, and you just want to have that layer of, so that you can see cake, you see the raspberry, you see.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I don't really think you can mess up a trifle.
Oh, well, you could.
I won't disagree with you on that one.
I may be messing it up right now, unbeknownst.
Well, guess what? Your mom's coming home tonight.
And she's going to
So I'll have her taste it, and I will let her
Oh, well, I know it's gonna taste good, but what's it gonna look like, you know? Because like my mama always says, you eat with your eyes first, son. You eat with your eyes first. Let me just make sure I got plenty of cake in there. Yeah, and I got some small pieces, so I'll kind of do some wedging. Wedge some of that down in there, that looks good. Okay, and now back to our preserves.
Yeah, this is a wider trifle bowl versus kind of a slimmer and taller.
I'm wishing I had some more preserves, to be completely honest with you. That looks nice. And it smells so good. And it just looks like Christmas, doesn't it? Doesn't this thing just say Christmas? Well, we're gonna come up a little shy, but that's all right. We'll make it work. Look at this little beautiful device that my mama's got here. This thing is handy dandy. It's got that's worked hard in its lifetime. How does it look?
I want to say, I think it looks really pretty. That's something that was handed down by your grandmother, Paul, or your mom, or somebody.
1,000 years old.
She worries about it falling apart.
Yeah, well, it's beginning to.
I think you need to put more whipped cream.
I'm going to. Okay, well, you can stand in for my mama.
Just checking.
Yeah. I think you need to put more whipped cream, son. Oh, and you know what? When I was doing the preserves and the fresh raspberry mix and the on the stovetop over there, I took a look back at my mama's recipe and it said, now, and top your trifle with the second pint of strawberries. And I was like, or raspberries. I was like, ooh, I put them all in.
But what did we do?
I had to rescue them. I rescued some out of the pot, out of the saucepan. And I think this looks great.
I think it looks fabulous. And you can see all the layers.
Can you?
Mm-hmm. Keep turning it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
looks nice,
so
right?
pretty. And the more it sits, the more it'll settle.
Mm-hmm. A little more cake. Mm-hmm. Look at this. Oof. So good looking. And it makes your house smell so great to bake cakes. And the preserves, I think I already said that it was like a potpourri. Those raspberry preserves were like a potpourri on the stovetop, and they really were. Hold off those last 2 pieces of cake there.
You're going to have to get the spatula out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get the
Bobby, I'm going to let you get the spatula. I'm going to put this on hold for a moment.
Okay, let's take a quick break and y'all can come back to help me top it off, all right? Okay, this looks really, really nice. And so the layers go cake, raspberries, whipped cream, cake, raspberries, whipped cream, repeat, and finish with the whipped cream. Ooh, look at that. That is a lot of whipped cream and it looks so good.
So there's your decadent part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. So the sugar that we're losing is going to be made up for by the whipped cream. And it's a good thing that we had a low humidity day down here in Savannah, Georgia.
Now, see, your mom would be proud because you're scraping that bowl right down to the end.
Every bit of it. Hey, look, when you spend a bunch of years in the restaurant business, you do not waste, boy.
Let's do that again. Tell them what she says to you.
I said, when you spend a bunch of years in the restaurant business, you do not waste, boy.
Now that's Paula Deen.
That is Paula Deen. Wow, look at that. I think that looks great. I mean, it looks homemade, that's for sure. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to see it with the saved raspberries.
Yeah, right.
That we had to.
So we'll garnish with the raspberries right on top here. Ooh. And it's a good thing I did that because there's some of those preserves attached to them too, and you can see the preserves.
I was just about to say I like the jam part on it. So see
them sort of Spreading out into that whipped cream. And I'm not going to waste one bit of it. I'm going to make sure it all gets used. Look how pretty. These colors, these just scream Christmas, holidays.
And it's so nice to give an option to people that's not, you know, because not everybody walks in and says they really want something low calorie, but it's kind of nice to be able to say, hey, if you want something sugar-free, we've got it.
Or you know what's even more fun than that is to just surprise people and let them know afterwards.
True.
After you've served it. Did you like that? I really did. Well, guess what? That's a sugar-free cake mix. It's low sugar, reduced sugar preserves.
And we saved you some calories.
And we saved you some calories.
That
But
looks
the whipped
great.
cream is not low calorie. Okay, so I think it looks really nice, and the only thing missing is a little garnish for the top. And what we like is fresh mint. A lot of us have mint in our gardens down here in the South. I grow mint at my house. It grows very easily.
And everywhere.
And it's everywhere.
It will take over.
And it looks great right on top. So, I don't know about you, but I'd eat it.
Me too, Bobby.
That looks great. Merry Christmas, everybody. See you next time.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.